folks, welcome back. What I did was I took a picture of that tulip. I'm describing how you can create your own patterns from just pictures that you see on the internet or anything that you might be interested in. So what I did was I did a couple things here. I reduced this to a smaller, about 80% smaller. I have a copying machine here, and I took this outside profile and I created, and I thought, well, I really didn't want leaves and stuff, so I decided to do it in a vase. Okay, so this is it right here. So what we did is the pattern will be available. This is for $1.50 again, just like the other ones. Okay, so what I did was I just extended this down and put it into a vase. And here's the cutout. All right. Now the cutout, I cut it out on two sections. Actually, this piece here was an inch and inch and 3/4 thick, square, and that's what I started with. Okay, so, and I would say it's probably about 7-8 inches long. I didn't measure it. I should, I guess. Let me get this out here and tell you exactly. I took it out of an inch and 3/4, and a square. And let's see how long it is here. Oh, 7 inches and 3/4. Okay. So that's what I have. I have that dimension on the sheet, or I will put it on the sheet. And so all I did was add a vase to it. Okay, so what I'm going to have to do is cut all this out, and I'm going to have it so it's closed at the top. So when I come back, in fact, why don't we start carving it right away? Let me just get my box of knives here. Really need to resharpen some of them. Okay, I'm back. What I have here is, again, make sure you have your carving glove on and a couple of the other things that we talked about, and your thumb guard. You know, make sure your knives are sharp. Have your strop ready to make sure that it's, keep it honed up. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to first take a pencil, and we're going to take, we got this oval shape done, okay, but we don't have this oval shape done, and I know it's kind of long. It's a little bigger than I thought I was going to make, but oh heck, we're going to give it a whirl anyway. Okay, but what we're going to do is we're going to chop all this off straight across. Now you could do this on a bandsaw. I should have done it earlier, but you know, sometimes I'm afraid to that we're going to cut off too much, or you know, on the onset, because you can't put it back on like the clay. You know, it's just something that is definitely harder to take care of. So what we want to do is, it's a systematic way, so we're going to try to round this up both ways. Alright, and then we're going to turn it, and I did some of this with a bandsaw. But before you even start really cutting this all out, you need to put a center line all the way down, all the way through your carving. Okay, I should have done that here. And technically, you can do it also on this side for the base. Alright, to make it all the same, so you can see. Alright, this will all be removed here, and this will all be removed here. And, you know, this will be removed up here, and we're already rounding this off. So we really want to know where the center is, and if it's bent, okay, like this one is tilted to that side like this, you do want to put a little bit of a center line there. I'll tell you why. Sometimes it's good to know where the center is in respect of where the edges were, okay, because sometimes you can, this might look okay, but when you turn it around it may not look well. So we're really going to be cutting like an oval shape all the way out of this. So once we get this portion done, okay, these corners taken out, and you can do that, you can do this offline. Take this out and this portion over here out, and we're going to go a little ways here. What we're going to do is we're going to make this stem. This stem is very thin. See, it's probably, let's see how, it's only not even, it's probably 3/8 of an inch thick. So, you know, if you really look at that, that's really going to be small and very delicate. But our grain is running this way. So when you cut it out, you're going to run it, the grain's going to run this way. And the thing is, if you cut this profile out, and this side is the profile, and you cut this out, all you need to do is turn it over and find the pieces that you cut out that have the same measuring, and go back and make your lines again on this side, because this will be thick. Make another line and then just cut it out with a bandsaw. It's much easier than trying to cut it all by hand. That's the advantage of having a bandsaw, and I understand many of you can't afford one or are uncomfortable with one, but you know, this is definitely something you're going to want a bandsaw, okay? You can do any project without it, but it will take you a heck of a lot longer to do it. So remember, we're going to take all this stuff off here, and, you know, and try to eye it up, and then we're going to take this corner off, just like so. Remember this oval, this one actually came out all right. And what we're going to also do before I get offline here, we're going to measure where this is. Okay, if that's the middle right there, which I'm doing it from this line to that line. Okay, let's see if that's exactly in the middle here. The way to measure that is to hold your finger against it and glide the thing up and down until they match. Okay, so that's where the center line is. So that's where the center of that stem's going to be. Alright, so as long as we have one side that has that, so we're going to cut that out. We're going to cut that out. And we're going to give it a little bit of forgiveness room here. You know, a lot of room for any mistakes. So that's going to be a little thicker than it should be, but that's fine. Okay, and then we'll be back. What I want you to do is I want you to cut this out. Just, well, cut these corners off first, and then we'll start with this on the next segment. Okay? We'll be back.